The words home and community may evoke different images to those who are asked. Those who study human behavior have written extensively about the evolution of suburban development and its lack of replicating the feeling of small-town America. The experts are in agreement that in order to have a content and thriving community, there must also exist a strong sense of belonging felt by its members. In the following, the roles that home and community play in modern America and in what ways sense of community can be developed and nurtured will be explored. To each individual, home can have a different meaning. One may consider that home is quite simply the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. To others, home is a word that is interchangeable with the word house, or just the physical structure they live in. In the study American Mobility, Who Moves, Who Stays Put, Where's Home, 58% of the participants that have lived in their hometown for their entire lives cited the feeling of belonging as a major reason they have stayed. Some feel that home is in their heart, which is a place where they feel like they belong, not necessarily where they physically reside. In modern mobile America, people sometimes must move from the place they feel most at home in their heart. In the American Mobile Study, about half of all Americans aged 30 through 49 say job or business opportunities are the major reason they move. It's easy in modern America to move from house to house, but establishing a sense of community may be harder. Sense of community is often defined as a feeling that members have a belonging, a feeling that members matter to one another and to the group, and a shared faith that members' needs will be met through their commitment to be together. The expert opinion is that a strong sense of community improves the well-being of individuals. Sebastian Junger, an author who holds a degree in cultural anthropology, argues in his writings that the feeling of belonging is innate in our human DNA and can be traced to early man's formation of tribes. In this regard, it is our quest for having a role within a group defined by clear purpose and understanding, or a tribe, and the fulfillment of contributions to this group that lead to happy and contented being. Junger goes on to say that the tribal connection has largely been lost in modern society, but regaining it may be the key to our psychological survival. Although establishing a community is easy enough in theory, as in creating areas where people can live in close proximity so that relationships can be developed, this has not proved to be the case in the growth of suburban development. Some may reminisce about the days when it was commonplace to go to your neighbor to borrow a cup of sugar. This is the epitome of small-town America, a mostly idyllic refuge of times gone by, a place where everybody knew your name, a place filled with family and friends, a place full of those you could turn to in a time of need, and likewise, you were there when needed by others. Most of all, the small town provided the needed sense of belonging, and that is where the experts agree the modern American suburban developments have failed. In 1957, Max Lerner, an American journalist, gave this diagnosis. Moving away from the small-town America post-World War II, in order for American life to not become jangled and fragmented, it has to evolve other integral communities to replace small towns. Small towns being rather a quest for community, a nostalgia for a compassable and integral living unit. If not, the American personality would continue to be unquiet and unfulfilled. The automobile suburb was seemingly a solution to form new communities after World War II, but they failed in offering the sense of place and belonging that formed the roots of the small town, and in turn failed at making its occupants happy or content. Those living in these new housing communities found themselves often working in one place, shopping in another, seeking entertainment elsewhere, and then coming home to retreat and refresh to start the cycle again the next day. These subdivisions provided little to no open public space that could be used to develop meaningful relationships to create the feeling of belonging that is vital to the health and happiness of the occupants. The expert opinion is that the lack of these spaces and the bad habit of home developed during these times, and still continue today, are making the sense of community almost impossible to feel. Some may recall a home was once a place for gathering of friends and family. It is quite commonplace in the modern suburbs for the home to be more of a fortress, a place to retreat and keep everyone and everything away. Sociologist Ray Oldenburg theorizes that you may not be friends with or even know your next door neighbor. The area around one's home may be considered as the community, but in this age of advanced technology and mobility, sense of community is not limited to a geographical region. In our modern world, many keep in regular close contact with family and friends through frequent phone calls, emails, and other forms of electronic communication. However, the close proximity of neighbors in a housing development does provide the scaffolding to create a tribe or group with members that share common interests through social interaction and support. Unfortunately, this closeness alone is largely unsuccessful in creating a sense of community among those living there, and the experts point to the problem as lack of public meeting areas available in the neighborhood. Oldenburg explains that to create a sound sense of belonging, it is crucial to make readily available public places, areas he refers to as third places. He talks about the third place being somewhere people can go to, such as a bar or pub, where they have the opportunity to laugh and bond with those possessing like minded views, something that is not always found in the workplace or home. According to the experts, a way to ratify the isolation and fragmentation of the new community is to provide public spaces which facilitate the meeting and association of people. The mere existence of a public space does not guarantee its use. It is imperative in fostering the sense of community to provide public spaces that are attractive, well thought out, and appeal to the large demographic by providing a variety of activities and experiences. By this design, the public space will ensure frequent use and increase the probability of chance encounters, thereby sense of community. Examples of public spaces that satisfy the element of pleasure and also nurture an environment of gathering and mixing include parks, shopping centers, and bars. In the study, Creating a Sense of Community, the Role of Public Space, the authors conclude that public space quality is more important in contributing to a strong sense of community than the public space size or number. The study found a direct correlation between high-quality local shops and a strong sense of community, supporting the idea that these public spaces provide opportunities for people to meet and have casual interactions. Ultimately, home and community can be defined differently by those asked. No matter what take on home and community a person may have, experts agree that having a strong feeling of belonging to a group is essential to one's health and well-being.